Hella shameless, necklace on me decorated. All this got me feeling jaded. Hold up, I'll be waiting. Bad thing on my radar. Told me that I'm in a playlist. Flower bomb, she a lotus. I be thinking that I'm famous. I remember when I prayed for this. No sleep, cause I'm anxious. All this shit for entertainment. Crazy thinking that it's day one. All this business for the taking. Yeah, hold it down for the nameless. Yeah, oh yeah. I've been on a grind, yeah. Like I'm really on the rails. Like my life is on the line, yeah. I've been getting mines in. I've been on the you, nothing left to lose. Get into the bag, yeah. I've been on the you, I'm seeing how you move. Imagine all the things we get into. I need you to fuck with me all the way. I need it all, baby. Let me see you drop it. Make sure it's all the way down. I'ma keep it solid. If you hold me all the way down,
we're gonna keep it solid, all the way. We're gonna drop it. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx here, going full nerd. Hey, it's Sunday, and I started on time for a change. Hopefully, everything works out well. So, what's going on? I'm glad to see everyone around. I'm also glad that you're blow up your spot, I'll make you miss it. Podcast you lucky lost, I know you got them feeling sick. Nerd. Holla, yeah, you first, though. Speak first, though, boy. You first. Let me go ahead. I hit it till you tense. Come back down and keep it real. So good, I like. Get that music down. Hey. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx here, going full nerd, and we're going to get down and we're going to jump right into it because it's football season, and I know people are still trying to watch football, trying to get that dinner thing going, and hey, you know, you got other things you want to do, but you want to sit and listen and hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Anyway. Hey, before we even get started, let me hit that shameless plug. Let me take a sip out the mystery cup and let's get it going. Shameless plug time, folks. What's up, everybody? It's shameless plug time. So thanks for checking out the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe everywhere possible. So look for Going Full Nerd on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, goingfullnerd.com, and my Twitter handle, ONYXXX1969. You can also listen to the audio version on its home, Anchor.fm, but also on Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your podcast listening pleasure. Hey guys, let's get on with the show. And getting on with the show is, you know, what we like to do. This week, this is actually a catch-up week to a whole bunch of stuff. And, you know, oh man, work has been something. Work has actually been something, you know. Let me take these glasses off so I can actually see. You know, I have glasses on. They're supposed to help me see, right? But I see better with them, without them. I think so. I drive with them on. Don't get it twisted. You know, you ain't gonna catch me slipping, miss a red light, green light, yellow light, all that stuff. You know, but you know, sitting here in the privacy of my man cave, the secret headquarters. You know, hey, I can take them off and do my thing. All right, so let's play some catch up. For those who didn't know, yesterday was Batman Day, September 18th, or was September 13th Batman Day? You know what? I never know. It's sometime in September around these past couple of days. It was Batman Day. I don't know if that's the day fictitiously that Batman's parents went down crime alley, or is that when they created the character of Batman? I'm not sure. I got to look that up again. I think I mentioned it on one of my videos when I did an exclusive Batman Day video back in the day, but there's no Batman Day video today. Not happening. No. I'm tired of Batman. We got a Batman movie coming out with Hayden Christensen. No, not Hayden Christensen. Wait, what's my man, the sparkly vampire? Robert Pattinson. Yeah. Anyway. But you're here, and you may be asking, what's what is this dude planning on ranting about today? Is he going to be complaining about, oh, I feel like crap? No, because I'm about 90. I think I was 93% last week. I think I made it to 94% this week. I'm doing a little bit better. Not perfect, but I'm doing a little bit better. What I'm going to be talking about, as you've seen from the title, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, take a look at it again. Let's look at the episode. Boom! This is bigger than I originally thought. It's bigger. What If, the animated series? It's bigger than I thought. Now, I know that I've usually talked about Disney Plus shows episode by episode. But What If, ever since I did the first video, it proved to be very different. Okay? It was different. And honestly, I had a hard time really piecing the things together in watching the What If show to see how it was connected to the bigger Marvel Cinematic Universe and try to put those things and those Easter eggs together for you guys. Okay? Now, I thought it was going to be, yeah, maybe it's little connections, oh, okay, great. But I thought it was going to be a bunch of one and dones, after I watched that, yeah, it's going to be a bunch of one and dones. They're going to leave some cliffhangers. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Ooh. Well, looking at the show and looking at the marketing for this show, it makes me think there's going to be much, much more. Now, let me go ahead, throw this out here. Welcome to my people in the chat. Omar, glad you was the first one in. Ron, glad to see you. Yes, Dozo, old high school buddies in the house. Okay, Thomas, I see you doing well. You're okay. You're back online. Louisiana got hit with some storms. I'm glad that everything is somewhat okay. So, here's the deal. So, I'm going to talk about each episode dealing with What If. We've already did a video. You've seen the video for the first, Captain Carter, and we were like, oh yeah. Now, in watching these episodes, honestly, they incrementally, in my mind, got better as they progressed. Captain Carter was good. It was okay. I liked. Then we got to episode 2. What if T'Challa became Star-Lord? Wow, that was deep. Now, emotionally, that episode was rough on a brother. Because it was actually Chadwick Boseman's voice. It's one thing watching cartoons and seeing people do different voices that are from the screen actor, but this was actually Chadwick Boseman before he passed away. So to do all that, it was like, oh, man. Dang. Because this is basically, I think it is his last performance. What else, man? So let's go on. So the premise of the second episode, all right? The premise of the second episode was that in 1988, 88 was a decent year. Well, not really. I joined the army. But anyway, the Ravagers were sent to Earth by Ego, much following the events of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the movie, okay, to retrieve his son, Peter Quill. But because the Ravagers were a bunch of idiots, they mistakenly abduct a young T'Challa from Wakanda. Now, 20 years later after that, T'Challa has become the famous intergalactic mercenary known as the Star-Lord. Now, that's one little issue I have with that. If you go back to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the movie, they slip up. Nobody at Marvel is perfect. And I like the fact that they're not perfect. Because Star-Lord was actually a name that Peter Quill's mom gave him. if I remember correctly. So for T'Challa to have the name Star-Lord, kind of plot hole. Okay. But here's the thing. Now, basically, you go through, it ends up being a heist type of event, but you see the effect that a different character has on the events that go forward. T'Challa being more regal, more, I say, well put together than Peter Quill. Yeah, okay. I mean, he was able to convince Thanos that genocide and erasing half the universe was not the right idea. And oh, by the way, Thanos was on his side now, was one of his people. What? Come on. You had all this stuff going on. But here's my thing. You know, it's the thing. They went up against the Collector, which was kind of cool. And, you know, there was a lot of Easter eggs in there showing how the Collector took out a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe baddies. I mean, he had what? Hela's headpiece, you saw Cap's shield, you saw his hammer in there. So, you know, the Collector was going down, you know. So instead of, you know, Thanos being the big threat in the universe, the Collector ended up being the big threat. So that's just something real interesting. Um, it actually brings up a point that I'm going to bring up as we talk about the other episodes. But you get rid of one big bad, and a void needs to be filled. And when a void needs to be filled, somebody else is going to go in there. I think that's the premise of a lot of shows. You know, you get rid of one big bad, there's going to be another big bad, another Don Corleone, another big bad, whatever is going to pop up. You know, it is the thing. It is the thing. So, left, right, but here's something about this episode that, you know, outside of the basic premise, the emotional ties everybody had to Chadwick Boseman being that actor. Here's my line, and this is something to think about. They don't do after credit scenes in What If, but they do end it on a note. Now, the original What If comic books, like I said in previous video, they end on not always a good note. This ended up with Peter Quill 20 years later working in a Dairy Queen. What Marvel and Dairy Queen and Baskin Robbins, they love ice cream over at Marvel. But the thing about it that really, really gets me is Ego shows up and up with Quill. Now, this is a Quill that has not been emotionally guided by Yondu and or the events of his life that we're used to in the sacred timeline that we're used to seeing from the movie. So they left that cliffhanger. They didn't do another episode. That's it. Hold that thought. Now let's go. Episode 3. They had The World Lost. What if the world lost its mightiest heroes? Now this one to me ties in to episode 5 a little bit. Not directly going into episode 5 of What If, but this one is interesting. So, and I'm gonna get to the point about the marketing, because I haven't talked about marketing just yet. Marketing I'm going to talk about because once we get down to talk about the last episode, so I can catch up episodes 2 through 6. Once I get to episode 6, and then I'm going to talk about the marketing. And I want you to see what I'm thinking. So the next episode was What If the World's Lost Its Mightiest Heroes? Now this one, it showed Fury's big week. If you remember, you go back to the original Avengers film, they had all that stuff happening. The Hulk happened, Iron Man happened, and all this stuff started happening so that the Avengers would come together. Okay? As Nick Fury was trying to recruit all these heroes and everything. So here's the thing. All the ones attached to the initiative are mysteriously. Natasha Romanoff was supposed to help Tony Stark. Remember when he was getting a palladium? Was it palladium? Was that the name of the element from Iron Man 2? Or was it? Yeah. You know, when he fought with, was it poisoning? All right. She was supposed to inject him with the 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 something to make him feel better, but it ends up killing him. Then she goes on the run. Then you have Clint Barton is supposed to. You remember in Thor, he was up on the thing, and then the cameo that had everybody here, but it was like an ass cameo inside the Thor movie. You know, well, he accidentally shoots an arrow and he kills Thor. When does Hawkeye miss? When does Hawkeye accidentally shoot an arrow? Then you got the Hulk explodes? Really? Really? Interesting. Then, while Black Widow or Romanoff is kind of checking it out, she gets attacked by an unknown assailant and gets killed. So here's the thing. We go through this stuff. Loki comes down. There's no Thor. So you got the Asgardians coming down, doing their thing. But the clue that Black Widow left said all of these, you know, the commonality for all these murders is hope. It's related to hope. And people are thinking, well, what is hope? I mean, I don't have a Superman symbol. That's hope, right? No. It ended up being Hope Van Dyne. She was actually sent on a mission by S.H.I.E.L.D. and was killed. And her father, Hank Pym, in a modified suit that looked like the Yellow Jacket from the Ant-Man movie, pretty much started killing everybody in retaliation because that was his idea for revenge. He snapped. Now, here's my thing. And you know, this is my thing. This is my thing. You look at a lot of these and you're saying, okay, so they had a Hank Pym go batshit crazy and kill all these people. And then you got a different form of the Avengers. You know, so basically, you know, you got Fury and Loki teaming up to defeat Pym, okay, who now the Asgardians have taken into custody and all that good stuff. And Loki chooses to stay on Earth and rule the Earth. Crazy, right? But Fury, knowing that this is not cool because, you know, Loki is Loki. Glorious purpose. And this version of Loki was destined to rule because we didn't have the character growth of the Loki that we had in the Loki series or through the Infinity Saga, all that good stuff, right? Okay. So he's now gathering other heroes. He found Steve Rogers in the ice and summoned Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers to Earth. Okay, different set of Avengers. Now, this episode ends with that. Cliffhanger. Not good, not bad. Interesting. Because you're in a bad state. Loki's in charge. Remember the previous one. Bad thing. Ego shows up. Okay. So basically, episodes 2 and 3 end on some effed up cliffhangers, right? Let's go to the next. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? This was the Lifetime movie of what if episodes. So basically, instead of Doctor Strange losing his hands, getting obsessed, you know, and then saying, okay, I got to go and learn magic. He does all of that, but he is driven because his girlfriend from the movie was killed in the car accident instead of him getting hurt in the hands. And he finds out that no matter how much he can handle with time, dealing with the time Infinity Stone, you know, the Eye of Agamotto, he cannot change a certain event. What did they call it? What did they call those things? An absolute point. Okay. So they can't do that. All right. So what happens? The Ancient One does some jacked up dark magic and splits his being into two. One that can move on and one that doesn't move on. So the one that doesn't move on amasses all his power, dark dimension, whoop, 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 ends up absorbing all these lesser demons and a larger demon, which, let's throw it back to the first What If episode, okay? Catching you guys all up. Back to the first What If episode with the tentacle creature that Captain Carter fought and emerged years later. So now, so you got a dark Doctor Strange, who basically the Watcher, who's only supposed to watch. And now, this is how you can tell it's a different Watcher. You know, Uatu, the Watcher that we know from the comics, bald-headed Caucasian dude, you know, he's like, I'm good. I'm going to just watch. I'm going to warn the Fantastic Four. We got Jeffrey Wright as the brother Watcher, okay? He basically popped up in this episode and was like, Doctor Strange, you effed up. And this is what happens when you mess up. I mean, he literally admonished him. It almost felt like, you know how when your mom comes in, she know you've been doing something wrong, and she's like, see, that's what happened. You wouldn't have had your fast tail doing all this stuff, then you wouldn't have had this problem. That's how he came up into this episode. Okay, so they channeled, you know, the Watcher from the south side of the multiverse. That's my line. You know, it's wild. But then here goes the thing. So reality in that episode got torn apart, and it really ended with that Sorcerer Supreme, the Dark One, begging the Watcher to help. So now we're going to start talking about some stuff. Now, just like you guys said, when the Watcher starts talking to you, you know you messed up. You know it's getting ready to go down. Every comic book that I ever read in my life, the Watcher shows up, something messed up. Watcher shows up in Fantastic Four, Galactus shows up. Watcher shows up when Galactus is coming to eat Earth, and the Avengers, Doctor Strange, and all them guys, Galactus dies. Okay? Watcher shows up on the blue area of the moon, X-Men fighting the Imperial Guard, Phoenix dies. Trust me, it's not good when the Watcher shows up. Anyway, so this whole series, What If, is basically one big, you done fucked up. Pardon my language, I'm sorry. You know you messed up when you get an episode of What If. That's how that goes. So let's go into the next episode, which is the 5th, Zombies. Now, this was one of the best episodes that I've seen. Now, let's go take this back to What If we Lost the World's Greatest Heroes. Here goes the thing. I got a running trend here. Hank Pym is a menace. I mean, I knew this from the comic books. But for all you people that only watch movies and cartoons and Marvel Cinematic stuff, and this is how you got into it, Hank Pym is a menace. He done screwed up a lot of stuff. And in this one, he did too. So if you remember from Ant-Man and the Wasp, they went to go find the OG Wasp. And in this instance, instead of her surviving in the quantum realm, she picked up a zombie virus. And when Hank Pym showed up, he was infected. And she was infected, and they made it back. And because he had the shrinking technology, everybody else got infected. Because what happened? The Avengers showed up, and the Avengers, okay, we're going to save everybody. Cap got bit, and it was done. This was like 28 days later, plus Night of the Living Dead, plus I Am Legend, plus every zombie movie, Walking Dead, Running Dead, Dead, you know, Don't Be a Dead, Zombie in the Hood. This was all of that. And it went to hell in a handbasket quick, but with superheroes. But what I did like about this particular episode is that this episode was actually pretty close to the Marvel Zombies comic book in certain aspects. I mean, pretty much you got a lot of things that kind of followed in line with what we've seen in the Marvel universe so far. I mean, you had people get infected, you had Bucky and Cap fight, you had, I wish they had Luis instead of Cole. You know, you had Happy, you had Spider-Man, you had a zombie Doctor Strange. Now, there's a few things I didn't understand about the zombies in this one, but, you know, zombies are whatever they make. I mean, because what? Zombies ain't real. But here's the thing, and this is the cool thing about this one. Everybody still had powers. I'm still trying to figure out how Iron Man in a suit of armor in the tin can got infected. I mean, my mind says maybe Hank or Janet or Hope shrunk, got in the armor like they did during the time heist inside Endgame, and then bit him, and then on the inside. But you would have think his armor or Jarvis would have done something for Friday or whichever AI he had. No, it was AI. It would have been Friday because Jarvis was already in Vision by this episode. But here goes my line. Vision should be smarter than Vision. Fucked up. I'm this episode. What if has me cussing more than I've ever cussed on a podcast before? Because here's the thing. So what? So here's the funny part. They get to New Jersey to try to save everything. They got the beacon and all that good stuff. And WandaVision happened in Jersey. But this one, the roles were reversed. So you got Vision protecting Wanda because of love. And he figured out how to reverse the process because he saved Ant-Man, just his head, but he reversed the process. But here goes my problem with that. With all the sacrifices between Happy, between Hope, between all of these characters, that, died and infected others and them escaping and stuff like that. The cool part, another Chadwick Boseman sighting, is they took from the comic book, in the comic book, Hank Pym had kidnapped T'Challa and was feeding him to keep the zombie virus, keep his mind. He was eating T'Challa piece by piece. In this one, Vision was feeding T'Challa to Scarlet Witch, which was crazy, but it kind of lets me know that's a strong virus. COVID ain't got nothing on that zombie virus, because you figure she had the Mind Stone power with the Vision, chaos magic, all that good stuff, and she still got the zombie virus? I'm telling you, it was crazy. So now let's get to the final episode. So we're all caught up on What If with your boy, and that's what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark. I'm not going to dig into this episode too deep before I get into the marketing to show you what I think is getting ready to go down. Here's the deal. Killmonger is a scheming dude, and it looks like from this particular episode, which was excellent, by the way, another Chadwick Boseman sighting. He did a lot of voiceover work. I loved it. I miss that dude. The 50-foot wasp. I mean, giant woman attacking a 50-foot woman. Yeah, it was great. But back to if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark, Tony was an idiot, but here's the thing. It just shows that Killmonger in each of the universes, or at least in the two that we have viewed so far, was very, very scheming, very well planned, doing his thing. And it's crazy that he did this. Now, what was the dark part of this episode? Well, the dark part of this episode is he left the trail, he got caught, and now Pepper Potts and Shuri, it's going to be up to them to bring him down. Now, here's my thing. Let's get to the marketing. We didn't touched on all these episodes. But here's the marketing. They showed the mid-season promo because the Killmonger episode was halfway through. Well, it wasn't even halfway through the season. We got like 9 episodes in this season. So I think we got like 3 more episodes. Unless they're going to go to 12 and surprise us or something. But it'll be only 3 more from the original press stuff that I saw. Here's my line. And this is the thing. All the marketing. I mean, they're selling Hyundais with this thing. Marvel is selling Hyundais. I don't have a Hyundai. I used to have a Hyundai. I had a Sonata at one point. I had an Accent. I had an Elantra. I had a Tiburon. Damn, I had a lot of Hyundais. I went through a lot of cars in my day. But here's the thing. And this is the part that's going to really, really be interesting. I think the watcher is going to feel bad about screwing up one of those universes, or he's going to come across a universe that needs saving. And I have a feeling he's going to take these bits and pieces from all of these universes to stop something. And I think that's where they're going to end, okay, this particular season. Because we already know What If is going to get a second season. It's been said. Because they had originally did 10 episodes, and they said the 10th episode is going to be the first episode of the second season. Crazy, right? Right. So here's the thing. They've been selling Hyundais. Go on YouTube, check it out. They show all these different characters from these different episodes of What If getting together and fighting like Ultron and fighting like Loki and fighting other things. And then this is going to be awesome. Now, here's the thing. Now, if they really, really want to show me the money, this will roll up into one of the films. Now, the speculation and the rumor control is this is going to actually roll up into Spider-Man No Way Home, because if you look at the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, Doctor Strange seems a little off, a little evilish. And it's unlike him to be that reckless. I mean, after the whole Endgame thing, you think as Sorcerer Supreme, he wouldn't be as reckless with his magic as he's being shown in Spider-Man No Way Home. Think about it, folks. So that's my recap, my thought process. I mean, What If really didn't make me want to go buy a Hyundai, though. I mean, doing the Hyundai commercial. Please look at those. I mean, it's cool ass animation. It looks good, but it's just something for me to think about. Something for you to think about. And I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I just wanted to recap What If with you guys. Oh man. But anyway, guys, as always, we got a lot of stuff. We got so much stuff. I mean, Omar's been hitting me up on Twitter. I gotta watch Titan. I'm on season 2, episode 6 of Titan. I'm just letting you know. I started. I'm listening. Okay. I want to know why Doctor Strange has a blizzard in his house too. All right. I want to know why Wong is going to do fight clubs in Shang-Chi. They gotta explain this eventually. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know. This is beyond me, but I'm so glad that I'm here to witness all this. But anyway, everybody, this is your boy Onyx. I'm going to let y'all go. It's Sunday. Get some dinner. Be nice to people. Do your thing. I do want to show you guys something. We're coming close to November where I'm going to start playing video games online. If you have not noticed, I've been posting, because it's football season. I'm a football fan. I love football fans. Every Wednesday, I post my football game picks for the week. I did week 1, didn't do too good. Did week 2. I'm not doing too good right now. Please check those videos out. Let me know if you could pick games better than I do. That would be kind of cool. I'll drop another one this Wednesday. But here goes the thing. If you can't say something nice to somebody, don't say anything at all. Send it to me. Let me say it. Make sure you also come up. We're going to play some video games online soon. I'm going to just do some random live streaming where I'm just playing games. You're looking at me and you can just talk and chat. I just got to figure out which days I'm going to do it. And also, it's almost time. We're getting almost halfway to the goal, folks. Hey, you can see it right here on the bottom of the screen. Hey, we've got $445 so far between channel memberships and donations raised for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals in Washington, D.C., which is the Children's National Medical Center. If you've been watching the news, the Children's National Medical Center, their emergency rooms are kind of full. COVID, Delta variant, all that good stuff, and they're taking care of kids. So if they need help, and they need help now. So get a channel membership or get with me. I'll pin it on my Twitter. You can make a donation to the Children's Network Miracle Hospital, Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C., if you so choose. Thank you. And as always, let me hit this funky outro music. And I see Eddie fully geeking out. Thanks for coming in. Stephanie, thanks for showing up. Hey, peace, y'all. And I am out of here because why? I'm still live.
Everybody smoking all the greenery. Close the match 'cause they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you.
It is what it is, folks.
From the inside.
Hey, don't be a hater. Hey, like, share, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed and you're watching this video all the way through, at the end, I kind of record this. All my people that usually watch, they're like, oh, doing that promo thing again. There'll be a subscribe button here sometime around Monday night. Click it if you haven't already done so. And also, you'll be able to check out a couple of videos, the last video and a video best suited for you out of my library. Anyway, peace. I'll be done. Let me get off the screen. I know y'all tired of looking at this beautiful girl.
It's my